How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Empty Motoring YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Before I get started on today's episode, just wanted to say thank you very much for watching all the videos and leaving likes and comments, and all the new subscribers and current subscribers. Thank you very much. Definitely do appreciate it. So today, I'm going to be working on my Lexus IS250. As the SEMA show approaches, we're about 6 weeks away. All I've done really is the engine intake and replace the windshield with from the cracked one when I bought the car. So it's quite a lot of work to be done, and I can't wait to get started. So as you know, covered on previous episodes, the car isn't the most perfect IS, has a lot of flaws, was a daily driver. So for the SEMA show, I was planning on getting all the body work done, getting the dings, dents, everything fixed on the car, and I was thinking about wrapping the car. Now, with that said, I was getting a couple quotes around town and in Southern California on how much it would cost, and I had a couple colors in mind. I had like a Nardo Gray, which is a really popular color that we use here at Empty Motoring, a Chalk Gray, which is a lighter tone, and even Midnight Purple. As I was getting the quotes for the work, came to realize, let me ask a friend how much it would be to repaint the car. So I contacted my friend Ben, and I went to go to his house to have him take a look at it on his day off, and he kind of looked at the body work and said, okay, if you just do the body work for the wrap, this is how much it's going to be. And if you're going to paint the car and, have me do all the body work, this is the price. and then the price he gave me was actually very reasonable. So I looked at it, factored that in. He said the brand of materials he was going to use, which is Seekins, which is, if you know paint, Glassard and Seekins are two of the top quality brands of paint out there, better than your standard PPG or DuPont. It's a higher level paint. So the price he quoted me using Seekins and doing his best work was very reasonable. It's actually not too far off from a vinyl wrap. So I decided for the car and SEMA moving forward, I'm just going to repaint the car the factory color. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not changing the color and all that, Ben doesn't have time to do the door jambs, one, and then doing the door jambs and everything else that is part of painting the car, it's a lot more work and a lot more time. But if he's just redoing the outside, masking off the jambs, blending it all in, it actually is very efficient for him, and he can get this car done in about 2 to 3 weeks. Again, we're about 6 weeks away from the SEMA show, so I need to get everything I need done on the car before he gets started on it. So for today, I'm going to put the car on jack stands, get the wheels off, and actually start rolling the fenders. With a car of this age, generally, when you roll the fenders, you run a decent to significant amount of risk cracking the paint or chipping the paint, because the paint is pretty old. So I don't have to worry about that because Ben's going to be repainting the car anyways. And I'm rolling the fenders in preparation for the new wheels that I'm potentially getting. These wheels are not going on the car for SEMA. These are loaners from David, and I'm not going to SEMA with a set of stock Lexus wheels. Not that nothing's wrong with them. They look pretty cool in the car. It's just not or shouldn't be at SEMA, so I should say. After I'm done rolling the fenders on the car, the next step that I'm looking at is to potentially fit the bumper, get that sorted out, and install some more parts. And if you haven't already, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. I definitely do appreciate it. It helps the channel and the YouTube algorithm. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and let's get going. So the car is now safely on jack stands, the wheels off. What I'm going to do is just take the heat gun and just slowly heat the fender. Try not to melt all the plastic lining, and just heat and take my rubber mallet and slowly just roll the fender from here to about here. Obviously can't do anything with the bumper here. This is the bumper, so do what I can. And then on the rear, it's really easy as well, where I'm probably gonna start rolling from around here and go all the way up and around to where it meets the bumper here. On a newer car, you want to be really careful to not crack and chip the paint. On this car, it's getting resprayed anyways, and Ben's gonna do the body work if I crack or chip anything, so I'm gonna go a lot faster than I normally would because it's getting painted. So that only took me about 7 to 10 minutes to roll the first fender. Obviously, as you can tell in the time lapse, I was going pretty fast. Wasn't worried about cracking paint, but the lip now is pretty flat from here all the way to about here, which is where the wheel would have any rubbing issues. I didn't fully pound in this little corner here because it's actually holding the fender liner up. But yeah, pretty happy with how it came out. Didn't crack any paint. The lip is pretty much flat, so without, you know, distorting the fender. Really happy about how that came out. So I'm gonna start on the second one. About halfway done rolling the fender. As you can see here, this lip is almost completely flat right in this section. There's no distortion on the fender. Here I have to like flatten it out more and keep it going all the way till the end right here. I'm gonna keep going. This metal is I think the double layer, so it's a little bit more effort to get it to roll, but it's fine. It's coming out exactly how I want it to. The rear fender's now rolled. The lip back here is completely flat. Here's throwing your eyes off a little bit. There's no distortion. It's just the lip of the fender isn't folded in here because the wheel is never going to touch, so don't need to roll all that. It's fine. Stop in there. And with the wheel on and the car lowered, you're not going to see it. One thing did happen, like I was predicting, was the paint cracking on the roll. It does happen. This is a much older car, so, but not a huge deal. Ben's gonna paint the car and he knows about this, so we're good. Now on to the other side. All right, finished the last fender. Everything came out nice. The lip on the back is rolled flat and pitched up against the outer layer, so good there. No weird distortions, no weird curves, no weird lumps. A little ding here, but that was from the previous owner. That wasn't from rolling. Gonna leave the car on jack stands for now. But yeah, really happy with how this came out. All 4 fenders are finished. Didn't take me too long, including putting the car on jack stands and taking the wheels off and all that, and putting the 2 rear wheels back on. Total of about an hour to hour and a half. Not too bad. Something I believe you can do yourself if you're careful. If you don't trust yourself and you have a nice car, seek a professional to do this. If you have a car that you really don't care about and want to learn, hey, have at it, have fun. The worst you can do is damage the fenders and all that, but don't blame me for it. It's all learning, and I was taught a certain way, and you'll learn a certain way, and so forth. People have asked, why don't I use a fender roller? I do like them and I don't like them. This is the way I was taught, and that's the way I prefer. Comes out about the same. I just like doing it this way better. And before I end the episode, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below on what else you'd like to see me do to this Lexus or any other projects. I definitely do appreciate the feedback and, you know, people giving ideas and all that. So definitely do appreciate it. Until next time, you guys take care.